This is your brother Gabar coming to you live from the Boogie Down Bronx. This is IAMFITPodcast. Thank you for joining me today. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here with me tonight. So thank you. I had to pray today in the car when I was coming from work because I've been in a bad mood since last night. You know, when you do this thing called podcast, you got to always come up with news and things to talk about, and you got to dig in deep. And I'm curious by nature, and we all know what's going on with the Balenciaga, whatever that company's name is, Balenciaga. And I was trying to figure out what was the motivation behind this particular picture. We all know the pictures. We all know the what was going on, with the picture. Let me just show you guys real quick. And obviously everybody was pissed off when you zoom into this paper here is actually a court case. It's United States versus Williams, a guy who's a pedophile, and he has some nasty pictures of his daughter, and they went to the Supreme Court, and it was in 2008, I believe. Let's see here. It was this court fighting. It was in 2008. Now, when I read this, 2008, United States versus Williams. And I'm gonna go into this a little bit. Now, this particular picture, everybody seen it. We all know it's, by itself, it looks innocent, cute. Okay, the S&M leather straps in the teddy bear, of course, that's disturbing. And of course, this particular Supreme Court ruling also makes it much more disturbing. But this is only scratching the surface, folks. Like I said, I've been in a bad mood, and I had to really calm myself down because I just not been, I said, you know what? I went to the gym today. I did cardio. I just hit the bag. That's all I did. Hit the bag, did a little running. Did just distinguish some energy because this is not good. This is not good, and this is not the worst of it. This is not the worst of it. And I was digging deep. I was looking into the people involved with everybody, and who's involved and who's connected, and blah blah blah. So, Balenciaga is owned by a parent company, Karen. And that company has a art gallery company that displayed artwork. And let me calm down here because this is insane. You don't ever imagine you have to be in a world that you have to explain this and you have to live through this, right? So Balenciaga has parent companies. Karen has another company or a subsection dealing with artists, up and coming artists, and the same artists and people that were involved with this campaign were involved with the pictures I'm about to show you guys. And this is in their website. I had to block certain things. because it's disturbing, but more importantly, we should not be watching this. We should not be involved with this, right? So let me give you guys a segment of what's going on, for we could set the stage here, right? This article here exposes the connection between all of this. Let me just take this out the way, okay? It says, warning, disturbing images. Francisco or Franciscus, whatever, Penick, whatever his name is, this guy here, the husband of Salman Hayek, okay? Salman Hayek, you're no longer part of the Latino community. You've been excommunicated until you fix this. There was art galleries that they were featuring different art. And what you're reading is exactly what they were featuring. They took pictures or drawings or carvings or figurines of kids. And I'm going to show some of it. I can't show all of it because it's disturbing. And they replaced their nose with erect penis, and they replaced their mouth with what resembles anus. Okay, if you're underage, parents, send your kids home. Send your kids to bed. This is for adults conversation. But these are things we have, parents, we have to stay vigilant because they're coming for our kids, man. And this guy here is the husband of Salman Hayek. He's the CEO of Balenciaga. And well, I don't want to show the pictures. I want to show another version of this because this is not what I want to show because it's simply disgusting. So this is art for the rich. I'm going to show you the price that they are selling these figurines. So this is one, and the art gallery, every gallery or if I'm an artist and I'm gonna feature my art, I name it something. And the name, and let me just put it up real quick. We can see in the bottom. This is a child, a picture of a child. It's called, I don't want to say the word face. That's the name of this campaign of this artist. If you're like this artist, now this particular child or this particular what we're seeing here, right, is a child. This represents an anus, and then the nose was replaced by an erect penis. And if you want to buy this, it costs you $115,250. This is what if you got money, and this is you appreciate this artistry. This is what this is how much it's going to cost you, right? And what I want to say, and what is disturbing, is two things. The ruling of the Supreme Court allowed this artist to execute or exercise their freedom now to draw this, what I consider pornographic material. And there's more. There's another one here. This is and it looks like it is, let me just, of a young little girl, and it looks like it's like she has 4 legs, and I had to cover this up because it was discussion. It's just pornographic material. If you want this so-called masterpiece, what I call pornographic material, pedophilia material, because what art What artist? What is in an artist's brain to put together this thing? But if you want this, folks, it only costs you $12,925. Let me show you another one. This is a picture of a little girl. Same thing. The face is replaced, or the mouth is replaced with a anal cavity looking thing, and then she also has an erect penis. I'm not showing it. And also showing private parts. I'm not showing it. This one really got me. This one, I was pissed off because, oh, by the way, if you want this masterpiece, this filth, it's only going to cost you $27,500. This is not art. This is straight up pornography. This is for the freaks. These are for people that have a sickness. And this particular artist, this bastard of an artist, this person who should be arrested, is catering to a population of the super rich. They have this disease called pedophilia. And the Supreme Court passed this as law. This one here will cost you $45,600 if you want this. And it looks like it's a little boy. Same scenario, but what really bothered me is that he was holding his backside. You could tell he was holding his backside like somebody just molested him. So you think this was the worst thing? But let me read why this artist or this pedophile individual is allowed to portray these artists, these pornographic material as art. It says the legal document featured. Now, the legal document that they're referring to is this legal document here that was found, right? Because you zoom in, you could these days you could zoom in, you could copy and paste, and you could find out what is the document, and they find out, it was a Supreme Court in 2008 allowing artists to paint this. And let me just read briefly on this particular document. It says, the legal document featured in the photograph was an extended of an analysis presented by the late Justice Anthony Escalada. It mentions that virtual child pornography or sex between youthful-looking actors was not prohibited under the federal law that states activity related to material constituting or connecting child pornography. So, as long as you do not have actual children, you could present artistry, drawings, paintings, figurines of little kids in sexual position or sexual situations, and it's now legal under the law. And this happened in 2008. I believe President Obama was president, if I'm not mistaken, or find out who was the president in 2008. This is the reason why it is important, folks, why who sits in the Supreme Court matters. Because it's crap like this. And I hope that the Supreme Court overturned this garbage. I hope there's enough fire in people's heart to demand this to be not only be taken down, but there should be a criminal investigation. Because this so-called artist, what I call a criminal, is aiding and abetting pedophilia. Because what people need to understand, under the drug epidemic, in regards of, business, drugs and illegal drugs is legal and illegal drugs is a multi-billion, maybe $1 trillion. Do you know what's beneath that? And what it said is slowly reaching, and they may pass the drug war or the drug epidemic or the drug business, which is $1 trillion or $1 billion. the sex trafficking industry. It's number 2. So, shout out to Wise Old Man. Shout out to PJ. Yeah, thank you. That Obama, right, Mr. Obama, Mr. Savior of the black race and our hero and. And I'm going to show you guys something else later on that it pissed me off because it's getting worse. There is an industry within the black market that caters to people who are pedophiles. So it's not only the pedophiles are the criminals, but people that say, oh, there is a need for pedophilia. There is grown people, men and women. There's mostly men, but also women could also be pedophiles. That they will pay for sex, pictures, videos, artistry, or whatever it may be to satisfy their demonic lust. And I believe Trump began or increased the budget in attacking trafficking and sex trafficking, things of that nature. It's getting so bad. And there's an organization of gay people. Gay people against groomers. Now, what is a groomer? A groomer is someone who takes an impressionable young person and groom them to have sex with them. And that happens in the heterosexual world, and also that happens in the homosexual world. But the fact that there are now homosexuals are saying, wait a minute, we're gay, but we're not dealing with children. It's showing you that it happens often enough within the gay community, in the transgender community, that now you have people within the gay community say, we're not part of that. And what's happening is that they're pushing the envelope. They're pushing the envelope. They're pushing the envelope. Because what people need to understand, that people that are attracted to little kids are exactly the same attraction that a man will have for his wife, a wife will have for a husband. It's the same attraction. It's a demon. It's an illness. It's a mental condition. And people will go to great lengths to satisfy that lust. So imagine my heterosexual population, brothers and sisters that are watching this show. If you was attracted to the opposite sex, but it was illegal for you to engage in any sexual or any relationship with the opposite sex, is that strong for them? And the evidence is what we're seeing is showing you that lust is strong. This is the modern day Moloch, sacrificing our children to Moloch. Because what happened is we have a great deal of information that introducing young boys and young girls to sex in a very early stage, in a way that is perverted. Well, introducing sex in any way to a young person is perverted. But they're not only introducing sex, they're introducing sex in a perverted way. And if you think I'm kidding, let me show you this video. Shout out to Project Veritas, man, because they are crushing it. I need to try to reach out to them. I work for them for free, man, because they are doing the work. They are really doing the Lord's work, man. And I'm really proud of them and what they're doing, and more of them, and more of these type of videos should be promoted. I should put this video on the link. Matter of fact, let me put this video on the link, because you should spread this around and say, hey, Dad, hey, Mom, hey, friend, do you know what's going on? Okay. That's the link right there. Okay. We're about to see. Support Project Veritas, because they're doing real journalism, real investigative journalism, right? Fair use.
LGBTQ plus health center come in. They were passing around butt plugs and dildos to my students.
So let me give you the narrative. And what they do is they go into undercover work. They go on a date with these individuals. So this guy, the reporter, has a hidden camera. This demon right here, who is introducing sexual stings, I don't even know what to call them, to young boys and young girls in school. And it's being funded. This is a private school. You have to pay $40,000 a year to go to the school. And he's bragging, talking to a man who he feels that this guy is cute. I'm in a date. I'm having little drinks. I'm out here having a conversation with someone, and I could speak freely. So he's having a conversation similar to what we have a conversation in the barbershop. You know, we're just talking. This is what he's doing right now, and he's spilling all the beans.
Talking about queer sex, using lube versus using spit.
Meet Joe Bruno, Dean of Students at the prestigious Francis W. Parker Private School in Chicago, which happens to charge $40,000 per student.
They're just like passing around dildos, butt plugs. The kids are just playing with.
They're passing around dildos to kids. How is this education?
They're like, how does this butt work? How do we do, like, how does this work? That's a really, like, cool part of my job.
Parents might be stunned to learn that Bruno's version of love and acceptance means handing out sex toys to underage students.
So I've been the dean for 4 years. During Pride, we do a Pride Week every year, and I had like our LGBTQ plus health center come in. They were passing around butt plugs and dildos to my students, talking about queer sex.
And let me just say this, right? And I'm gonna just we're all adults here, right? Butt plugs and dildos and all these things exist also in a heterosexual world. And all of us will agree it's inappropriate to show to minors. So why is it okay just because this guy is gay, or I'm going to educate you how I have sex with this dildo? So now you're going to also have heterosexual women, young women, showing young kids how to have sex? Well, this is how you do this. And this. We have to take a stand, man. We have to take a stand. Or just simply get out.
Using lube versus using spit.
Who is this?
This is an LGBTQ plus health center came in to talk to my high school students. They're just like passing around dildos, butt plugs. The kids are just playing with them, they're looking at them.
In the school?
I'm sorry.
In a class.
That plus, what they don't want to tell you, it also include pedophilia. I will guarantee you that's what they're trying to push. They're trying to add the P to that all those letters. But that plus any other freakism. we got to go through this, we should stick a standard and just surround this godforsaken school and demand for this guy to be fired. They're going to show us that there was another transvestite. He should be fired. The principal should be fired. And not only fired, they should be arrested with criminal charges. Fair use.
Wow. Yeah. While I'm sitting there, and we had a drag queen come in, pass out cookies.
Let me back it up a little
bit. And we had
bit.
a drag.
Look at this woman. I would like to talk to this idiot right here. Why will you allow this? Why will you allow to put yourself in a position that your child is running around with dildos and butt plugs and knowing the difference between spit and lubricants?
Queen come in, pass out cookies and brownies and do photos. And
look at this. Yeah, this is all accepting. Back in the days, listen. Transgender people are suffering from an illness. It's called gender dysphoria. It was always known as an illness. And listen, they have a right to exist. They have a right to deal with their illness as they see fit. But we, the majority of the people, the bedrock of this society is the heterosexual family. Should have a right to establish what we want in our society. See, now I understand. Now I have some level of understanding how some people within the religious Christian world, or not necessarily the religious Christian world, but just now I understand where there's a conspiracy theorist mindset comes from, because this will drive you crazy. This will drive you insane. Because sometimes I believe that certain things within the we all know what happened with Alex Jones, that he got sued and things of that nature. And I'm not here to argue whether it happened or not. I don't believe it was a crisis. What is it? A crisis actors or whatever. I believe it was a shooting. I don't believe there's sufficient evidence that it was that these are all what shooting was fake, and especially the other one in Texas, and so forth, so on. But now I see why people will believe that, because this literally is insane. This is crazy. So I can understand why people could go crazy and start thinking that we're living, there's lizard, blood-sucking vampires ruling the world. You get what I'm saying? Because this is going, it's like, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the gullible one, thinking that, there's some balance here. But I also believe that we should always focus on things you could prove. This you could prove. There's no argument here. This is not conspiracy theory. Yes, bro. This is insane. This is retarded. And this is the best example of white privilege. Because if this is saying this rare condition of gender dysphoria only happened within Mexicans, only happened within Nigerians, only happened within Indians. No, they would not get away with these white people are getting away with. White people, you have to start checking your white privilege. You guys getting out of control, man. Because if transgendered were only Mexicans, okay, they would not have this much pool and things of that nature. It's always some weird white person getting away with murder. So white people, you have to start checking your white race, man. You guys are going cuckoo. What's going on with this situation? Nowhere in the world this is acceptable. Only in America. But then everybody else is a crazy one. And you're the same one. showing kids butt plugs. What does that have to do with education? Lord, give me patience with these people. Fair use.
And brownies and do photos.
It's so amazing. And everybody's cool with that, like the butt plugs and the dildos. Nobody complains.
No,
I mean, if the parents found out, would they?
no, it's queer sex. This is the drag
So
queen
you see, you saw his attitude. He's like, nobody complains.
sex.
Let me repeat that again.
Found out, would they?
Nobody complains.
It's queer sex.
It's queer sex. They gotta know queer sex. They don't even care what the parent thinks. If you could afford it, if you could do it, get your kids out of these schools. If you could homeschool, you could do it. Mothers and fathers come together and say, hey, we have to work it out. We have to even get extreme with each other. Let's start doing criminal background check. Let's just say you have a woman who has a after school program. You have to make sure who they're living with. Do they have a boyfriend? Do they come by every so often? You have to make sure he has a criminal background check. You have to do due diligence because these demons deal in the shadow. They operate in the shadows, and they operate where kids are going, where kids are converting or gathering.
This is the drag queen that came in.
What's her name?
Alexis Bevels.
Alexis.
Oh,
Just
so
hung out
cute.
in
Pebbles.
My classroom.
And was there?
Or hung out in my office.
A damn hippopotamus in a damn dress running around talking about, oh, he's Pebbles. Listen, I will be in jail, man. I will be straight up in jail. And I will do it gladly. I was like, a few years, I'll do it. I'll do it. Here in New York, you do 80% of your time. I'll do it. I cannot be around that. I'll go crazy. I'm going to school, and it's like, who is this 300-pound dude in a dress coming out my daughter's school? I thank God that my daughter's out of high school and kindergarten. I'll go crazy.
This.
You have so much freedom, and so much wiggle room.
So much freedom. So much money.
I mean,
You
stuff.
hear what he said? We got so much freedom and so much money. That is where your Black Lives Matter donations is going to. And you think I'm lying? Let me tell you something. I don't deal with conspiracy. I got receipts. The Black Lives Matter has been infiltrated by the transgender gay movement. And prove me wrong. Come on, sue me. I dare you.
Caesar okay with that too? They don't know.
They would. It's like I wouldn't even run it by them. Like, why would I run it by them? They would be like, "Oh my God, that's wonderful." Yeah.
It's like, why I have to run it by the parents? The parents, they are paying money for you to teach them. That could ever be me, bro. Oh,
How old
my
were the
God.
kids with the classroom?
14, 18. They're like, how does this go?
13 to 18 years old. They're being exposed to this.
Work? How do we do, how does this work?
Right.
So yeah, that's a really cool part of my job is
This is the real cool part of my job. Not to teach history, not to teach math, not to teach reading, science.
I don't have to worry about stuff like that.
I can't do it, man. I cannot do it. I will go crazy. I will go crazy. Let me take these nasty pieces out of here. No more. This is insane. There is no saving Babylon. Save your money. start cutting expenses. Get your passport. Get your wolf pack together. Whatever that wolf pack may be, your church, your community, your friends, whatever, that's disgusted by this, that believe in God, and get the hell out of America. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the idiot. Maybe I'm the old fart. It's outdated. Give us a call. Let's have a conversation if you think maybe I'm overreacting. Boy, this flesh, man. This thing called the flesh. It's wicked. Do not underestimate how dark the flesh could go. Because I'm a guy like, no, they would never do that. I always trying to look, find the best on people and yada, 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 and so forth, so on. But, and I mentioned in other previous shows that us Christian people have to stop with the fanatical scenario, right? And I believe that sometimes we have to be wise and not say certain things that we can't prove, or the conspiracy. And I do believe that sometimes they throw in misinformation to misguide us, to try to, and I'm hearing that, Ye is a distraction to cover this up. Because if the same artists that put these pictures on these kids, and everybody's going, blue heart. Why nobody's discussing about the one with the kids with the penis in the face and the anals and why is nobody discussing that? I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a scripture that says, we will have saved Babylon. Right? What was that scripture? We would have saved Babylon. I think Jeremiah 51. Let's see if I could get it here. Any scholars that out there, just where is that scripture? Let me see if I could get it. Hold on. We would have saved Babylon, but her sin, went up to heaven or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. Sometimes when you go too far, there is no coming back. Sometimes, you can't will it back. I know forgiveness and reconciliation is all about the message of Christ, but sometimes there's certain things you cannot take back. There's certain things you cannot just simply say, we should have done that. Because once you drop the ball, the damage, 51-9. See, I know I got some scholars here. 51-9. There we go. 51-9. We will have saved Babylon. We would have, there we go. Let me, healed. That's it, healed Babylon. Let me see if I could show it out here. Jeremiah 51-9 said, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the sky. It's over for Babylon. It's over for America. It's over for America. And I know, sometimes, I remember when Trump became president, I was like, maybe he's going to buy us some time. And I don't know what's going to happen. A lot of people saying that, Ye running for office is to take votes from Trump. And he may be someone who's employed. Oh, by the way, the pictures, all the shoes, the sneakers that these nasty pedophiles were displaying, okay, were Adidas. Adidas, you was like, oh my God, Kanye, yay. He's complaining about Jewish people in Hollywood, blah, blah, blah. But you will allow this nonsense? You will be part of this? Criminal investigation and criminal charges. We don't need these, okay, yeah, boycott all these people. Yes, boycott all these people, but, and I'm going to show you another video to show you the connection between all these people because they are all connected. They are all connected. Everybody is connected. The rich, the stupid rich, know each other. They hang out with each other. They let me see if I can find it here. Here we go. Here we go.
I spent
Let me show you this video, fair use, and shout out to this lady. Name is, what's the channel? Oh, what's the name of this channel? Hold on, let me, well, the title's, Balenciaga Connect the Dots. Matter of fact, let me put the, and see, guys, what you need to understand, right? When we tell you guys, you know, like and subscribe and all that, and when I tell you, hey, support this person, because when you should like and subscribe, the algorithm, and I truly believe that God has created this YouTube a thing, or he has allowed, that's the link right there, for the truth to go out there. Her name is New York. Let me put it up here. Here we go. Is New York Mendia? Okay, that's the name. About the link is there. She connected all the dots, right? And fair use, right? I want you to pay attention, all the connections.
3 days researching the Balenciaga ad scandal, and I had to stop because I became physically ill. I made connections between some of the people involved and saw a lot of images that are beyond disturbing. And for any of you who want to see it, I will be posting it up on YouTube for members only. Obviously, because of the content, I will not be able to just make it public, which is, you know, really ironic because I got all of those images off of Instagram, and apparently at the time, Instagram had no problem with them. By now, most of you have already seen the images from Balenciaga's ad campaign, featuring young children in very compromising positions, carrying.
But this is nothing. See, this is the cover up. The other stuff that she's talking about that she cannot show, and what I show a little bit, I'm telling you, is only the beginning. This is gore porn. The best with it, pedophile gore porn for the super rich.
Or
And according to the Supreme Court in 2008, it's illegal. It's legal now. As long as they're not real children, you could, if they look like a child, as long as they're not a child, it's a painting, it's a drawing, it's a carving, it's art now. It's protected by freedom of speech. The Supreme Court that overturned the abortion, okay, that's a good start, but you got to overturn this crap too as well.
Displaying teddy bears that are dressed in S&M bondage gear and around champagne glasses and alcohol. There are also images of children with satanic type of scrollings and other nonsense and garbage and chaos. To be absolutely clear, Balenciaga is a multi-billion-dollar company. They are completely aware of every ad that is run for their brand. This isn't a mistake, this isn't an oversight, and none of the big people in the company were unaware of what was going on. All of the adults involved in this ad campaign need to be held accountable, and that includes the parents of these children. child endangerment laws don't matter if they're not enforced. That's easy enough because the CEO of Balenciaga is Cedric Sharpie. But there's another man involved on a much higher level, and his name has barely been mentioned. His name is François-Henri Pinault. He is the CEO of Balenciaga's parent company.
Parent, and that's how they operate. They have parent companies that help each other, so you don't know how to connect them. That's the husband of Salman Hayek. Every single product that she's going to mention, I don't use anyway. I have some in the past, but I'm boycotting anything associated with the people that she's about to mention. Fair use.
Caring. He's also Salma Hayek's husband and the father of her daughter, Valentina. If you don't see the connection yet, keep watching and you will. The next person that needs to be held accountable is Demna Gvasalia, Balenciaga's creative director since 2015. Another person that needs to be held accountable is the ad's stylist, Lara Volkova, who has worked with Balenciaga since 2014. She's also worked as a stylist for other luxury fashion brands such as Adidas and Gucci. Once again, Balenciaga's parent company, Kering, also owns Gucci.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way Pinault did not know that this was going on. Another person that needs to be held accountable for her role in Balenciaga's pedophilic ad is Rachel Chandler. She owns Midland Models, and she's the one that cast the ad. Here's 19-year-old Rachel Chandler on a private plane
Pay attention.
with President Bill Clinton. According to influencer Ollie London, Rachel Chandler has tweeted many times bragging that she has been on Epstein's Island. Rachel Chandler is married to Tom Guinness of the Guinness.
See, when you got all the money in the world and you got nothing else to work for, there's no, pleasure because, working hard and, when you're poor, you don't have time for pleasure. Because you got to work, you got to pay these bills, and you find pleasure in certain things, a game or hitting the weights, movies, you may go to a bar with your friends or take out your wife or whatever. And some people do other freaking things that is not Christian-like and things of that nature. But when you literally don't have to work and you literally are super rich and you're around the super rich, these are the type of game they play. These are the type of things they play. And the sad thing is that not even one of these bastards have enough backbone to say, yeah, this is going on within the community, my community. Maybe because they know they're going to probably get killed or get shut down. Oh, they just want that money because it's all connected. See, a lot of people think that people stay quiet because of the fear of death or they get killed. Some people just stay quiet out of fear of losing their status, their privilege, their money. That's it. You don't need much to bribe people. We are weak as a species.
Beer Dynasty. Tom's great-great-grandfather, Edward Guinness, was given a royal title in 1919. Strangely, the same year that Balenciaga was founded. Edward Guinness owned Elvedon Hall in Thetford, UK. The horrific orgy scene in Stanley Kubrick.
And yet Guinness, he owned Guinness beer. Don't ever drink Guinness beer. Boycott that thing. Every time you see somebody, you hanging out in a bar or whatever, you see somebody, let me get a Guinness. And that guy, that company's run by pedophiles. And what people should do, we should start having links. Hey, let me show you something. Let me send you a link real quick. And have your receipts ready. Boom, 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 boom. And spread the gospel. Spread the news. And they may ignore you. They may I like Guinness, I don't care. But you drop the seed. Pay attention to all these companies.
Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut was filmed in Elvedon Hall. For those of you who don't know, Eyes Wide Shut was released in 1999.
And if you haven't seen Eyes Wide Shut, it's not for kids, but it exposed what the super rich, how do they play. They didn't show pedophilia, but it showed, a lot of other stuff. And it was an interesting movie. And I always wonder why Tom Cruise, played it. I wonder, and I wonder about that.
and starred Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise. Strangely, 6 days after the screening of the final cut of the film, Stanley Kubrick died of a heart attack in his sleep. Nicole Kidman also worked on the ad campaign for Balenciaga's 2023 spring collection.
Any movie that she's playing in, I'm not watching. We got to hurt them in their pockets.
And yet, she hasn't said a word about the allegations against Balenciaga, nor has she distanced herself from the brand. Balenciaga's spokesmodel, Kim Kardashian, put out a tweet about the allegations, but didn't say that she would distance herself from Balenciaga at all.
And what people need to understand, that these brands are, when you look at the statistics, it's for the working class, upper middle class. I would consider working class. And it's for the regular people to feel important or to feel rich. So, like in our community, the hip hop, this Ghetto Fabulous or Gucci, you got these Balenciaga. Oh my God, you're crushing it. They create these brands for us because they know we like to look good. It's for the people that are in the bottom to feel important. The super rich, they wear, they that's not what they wear. They buy these things for us. Or they make these things for us, excuse me.
In fact, she made it sound like she was going to stick around. This is really sad, especially coming from a woman who has 4 children. I guess she's just like her mother.
And I waited for a little bit because I was like, okay, I know this is bad, but there's much more. Let's wait for the shoe to drop. And when I saw these pictures, like, okay, they are catering to pedophile. They're pushing the envelope. They see how far they could go. They keep pushing. Because technically, all those pictures, how grotesque they are, it's not illegal, folks. It may not be illegal in man's eyes, but it's illegal in God's eyes. And judgment's going to come to this country. So we have a phone call. Let's grab.
Call from Justin Wood. To accept, press 1.
Shalom, Brother Justin. So what you got to add to this conversation? I'm pissed. What say you?
Hey, I'm pissed with you, Elder. I'm pissed with you. There's no other way to be about this than pissed. But something that's really interesting that I saw about this lately is breaking down the term Balenciaga. If you break down the term Balenciaga, it literally translates in the Latin to Baal is king.
And you are right. Shout out to old wise man PJ. He did send me that. And let me, because I want to show the audience. Because that's yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's child sacrifice.
Exactly.
Child sacrifice.
That's exactly what it is. It's Moloch.
And I don't know if you've seen the connections recently to the John Benet Ramsey thing and the lady that was under that, oh man, what's his name? The guy that owned the island.
Epstein.
The lady that was under Epstein, the connection between John Benet Ramsey and the lady that was under Epstein.
Yeah.
The connection is unfallible. You can't not see it.
It's all connected. Yeah, it's all connected.
That woman was raised. Yeah. So that's all I had to add. People have to see this stuff.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they're getting pushed back because now us Christians are not looking as crazy as we used to be. And it's looking like the only people that have any morals are the people that believe in God.
Absolutely.
It's like, and I'm inviting I will talk to a homosexual. I will talk to an atheist. I will talk to anybody who does not believe in God, right? And I want to know what's their moral standards. Because maybe I thought that, the atheists were also moral. I mean, I knew some atheist folks that were nice guys, but it looks like, what's going on here? Because it's like there needs to be something, a God, a religion, or just a standard of people say, okay, this is going too far. Because if you leave it up to people, we're going to take it too far because the flesh is wicked. So we have to have a conversation, what is acceptable, what is not. And let's remove the Bible out the way for a minute, because not everybody believes in the Bible, but what is considered immoral? Because this, I would think, if I were to show this 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago to someone, they would have like, what is this? This is pornography. This is crazy. This is insulting to, these are kids. No one would disagree that this is disturbing. For now, but now it's acceptable. So it's all connected. And, the frustration is that, I'm a fighter by heart. So it's like, you see these things, you want to fight back. But then it's like this humongous Goliath looking thing that you don't know how to defeat it. Because when you're in combat, you're strategizing. And the little I could do is just boycott. I mean, half of these things I don't buy any. I never bought these things. I don't buy Adidas. I do have a Nike. I think I'm gonna throw that thing out. But the question is, you may buy another brand. You may find out 3, 4, 5 years later they're connected to some pedophile ring as well. So it's like, what are we gonna do? Just working on barefoot? I don't know the answer.
Elder Gabbal, I was talking to a chiropractic friend of mine today, earlier today, and I told him a parable that I heard recently, and if you don't mind, I'll tell it to you real quick.
Please.
There's a man that's sitting on a fence. And the Most High is sitting on one side, the devil sitting on the other side. And this is very relevant to this day and age. The Most High says, man, come to my side. Obviously, you want to come to this side. The devil says, man, come to this side. You obviously want to come to this side. And the man says, I don't know if I want to go to either side. So the Most High leaves and the devil leaves, and this man's just sitting on the fence. And then all of a sudden the devil comes back and he says, I knew I forgot something. Come on with me. And the guy says, devil, I didn't decide to go with you. And the devil says, no, sir, the fence is my property. It's time to choose.
You got to take a side.
Choose what side.
Yeah.
What side are you on?
What side
are you on Satan's side, or are you on the side of the Most High? Forget race, forget ethnicity. Are you going to fight the principalities? Or are you going to decide to fall in line with Satan?
Yeah. Yeah, it's about good and evil.
And that's all I have to say about it, honestly, and I'll leave it to that.
Well, thank you, brother. Thank you for supporting the show. I appreciate you. Thank you, brother. Oh, praise to the Most High. Thank you for that. For the, you got to pick a side. It's going to be a fight between the sons of light against the sons of darkness. And I got news for you, folks. Not all the sons of light are going to be Israelites. And not all the sons of darkness are going to be Edomites. You're going to have Edomites, Ishmaelites. Heck, you may even have Canaanites in the side of the sons of light. Every man that had blood going through his vein has an opportunity to choose. God told the children of Israel, and not only the children of Israel, but the Gentiles that were among the children of Israel, choose this day who you should follow and obey. Either the Most High God or the devil. So it's not about race anymore, and I appreciate this whole Israelite thing, and I'm proud to be an Israelite, but it's about righteousness and wickedness. Fair use.
Connections go further and things get way more bizarre. But again, I can't share any of that here because my content will be taken down. However, if you're interested, you can go onto YouTube and join up as a member and see it there. This is the only way I can share the information without having my entire channel taken down. The depravity of those in power is being exposed for the entire world to see. Many of you are scared, and I get it. These are horrific events, but this isn't the time to turn a blind eye because of the horror. This is the time to stand. We're not powerless, and there are 2 legal ways to fight back: boycott and protest. Boycott Guinness beer and any establishment or
Don't drink Guinness beer ever. Make your own beer. It's easy. I got many friends of mine that they do their own wine. They do their own. You don't have to, support these bastards.
supermarket or liquor store that sells it. Boycott Kim Kardashian, her show, her products, and all of her merchandise, as well as any platform that will show it and any store that will carry her products. Boycott Hollywood. And for the love of humanity, boycott Disney. Nordstrom, Saks Fifth Avenue, and Neiman Marcus all carry Kering products. Boycott them. Organize and protest outside of their stores. Film it all and post it throughout social media. Let your voice be heard. Gays Against Groomers are hosting a nationwide protest against the...
So you hear this? Gays against groomers. You know what? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. If gay people are saying, you know what, we could put aside our differences, I'm not going to compromise. The Bible says what it says about homosexuals. But if they are going to, even they are saying, hey, this is not consent. This is not sexual consent between 2 adults. And this showed that this happened often enough within that community that there has to be a organization within that community to stop it.
Exploitation of children on December the 3rd. If you're watching this on YouTube, I posted a link to their website in the description box below this video.
And it's like this, man. I believe that many people are going to come to Christ because they're going to start seeing the devil face to face. And they're going to realize, oh, if there is evil and there's a devil worshipers and devil blood-sucking vampires, Moloch worshiping demons, they got to be a god. They just got to be. That's like that movie, what's that movie? PJ, help me out. What's that movie with From Dusk to Dawn? When the main character, what's his name? I forgot the guy's name. He didn't believe in God, but then he began to believe in God because there were literal demons. Like if there's demons, and these demons are straight from hell. George Clooney was the actor. They got to be a God. They just got to be, right? So I believe a lot of people, you're going to be surprised, a lot of people are going to turn to God because the devil is going to show himself. The devil is going to show, they're going to see that these conspiracy theorists, they were not crazy. These conspiracy theorists were not, people talk about and complain about Alex Jones and yada, 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 but he's necessary, man. Guys like him are necessary. Because he's putting his butt in their neck and he's a modern day watchman to some degree. Right, I don't believe in vampires, but I just saw some vampires. So I saw some vampires. So they got to be a god. If these guys they're from hell, they got to be a heaven, right? And that's what people are gonna come to the conclusion. And let me show you this real quick, right? When you Google it, right, in Google Translator, you put Bell, BA/LEN or space CI space AGA it gets translated into 2 versions. Do what thou wilt want. And in Latin is Bel is king. And this is how these bastards operate. This is the reason why they always got these crazy names. Because what is Balenciaga? What is it? You know, a lot of people say it's Latin, and nobody's saying, no one recognized that word. No one recognized that word. And people, when you look at the Latin language, is the language of Spanish, of Satan, excuse me. The Latin, the Roman Latin language, when the Roman Catholic Church translated everything into the Latin language, so you could only speak, or you could only read the Bible in the Latin language. They were saying you could only read the Holy Scripture in the devil's tongue. That's why the Latin Vulgate, the word Vulgate means vulgar. You cannot make something evil righteous. You cannot make something that God created form crooked straight. It's just simple, shout out to David Icke. You know, some things I don't agree with him and yada, yada, yada. And sometimes, you know, I wonder if sometimes like guys like David Icke, and I'm not, saying that this is the case, but sometimes, there's certain things he has said in the past that sometimes I wonder if he's been sent to muddle the waters in regards of the truth seekers and people that are seeking some truth. You know what? I don't know. It's one of these things, man, that I'm at a point right now in my life that it's like, okay, I left the church I was with. I still believe in God. I still believe in Christ as my Lord and Savior. I just feel I'm in a different path. And, and I'm still searching what that path is going to be and try to my lane and so forth, so on. And part of this conversation is therapy for me, and I believe that this social media thing should be used to spread good and to expose evil. And we have to use this social media for good. So I want everybody, man, that is listening to the sound of my voice, spread the news, man. Expose these bastards. Expose these evildoers. Expose these folks, because we need to spread the airwaves. We need to expose them, because if you want people to believe in God, sometimes you have to show them the devil. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. I hope you guys support what we're trying to do here. I'm going to be having a meeting with some of the brothers next week. Now, I got some time because everything is somewhat stable and so forth, so on with work and everything else, with men going God's way. So if you're interested, you got my word. I'm going to be sending emails this Sunday. Those that already sent me the email, don't worry about it. You're on the list. If you haven't sent an email that you want to be involved with Man Going God's Way, it's an organization, it's an idea, it's a concept that I'm putting together. I'm going to be sending the email this Sunday, and we're going to be working together. We're going to be building together with solution, because we need our wolf pack. We need men to stand together and say no mas, no more. So if you want to be part of this movement, send an email to IAMFITPodcast@gmail.com. Say you want to be part of this meeting. We're going to have a conversation. Only men, no sisters right now. And we could come up with solutions. Until next time, may the Most High keep you and bless you. Shalom.